going on? Vlog number 6. Okay, we're in the new pad, finally. Today we're going to cover sugar, the powerful sugar, the most addictive drug known to man, and micro motivation levels. Okay, little quick talk about moving in. Alright, it was a heavy weekend. I was up and down these flights of stairs like 100 times, carrying furniture and stuff. Cardio was insane. Had a cheat day Sunday, and it didn't exactly go how I planned. I massively went on a downward spiral with sugar and just binged. Now, I've used this to my advantage. Okay, from what I went through that day, I'm going to fully talk about it in a minute, but I thought, this is outrageous. I need to find out exactly what's happened to me. So I went to town, got this book. Guys, if you ever get a chance to go to the works in town, buy this book. It was £3, right? Ignore the detox. That's not what caught my eye. I just read the inside chapters, and it's all about sugar and how powerful sugar is to you. Guys, it is fully opened my eyes. As a PT, obviously I knew sugar with the insulin spike and stuff, how you crash. I knew that, but there's stuff in this book that was just, I was gobsmacked by it. Okay, so firstly, what happened, alright? As a cheat, you know, people crave certain things, pizzas, Domino's, I don't know, Chinese is. Mine, I'm a massive carb monster. I love my cereal and milk, alright? And I always cut it out because it's so bad. The sugar's insane, and I never use it to diet. So I went to the shop and bought some chocolate Weetabix. Not the end of the world, right? 4 Weetabix later, I might have another 4. 8 Weetabix later, I might have some more. I had 12 Weetabix in the space of 30 minutes and 4 pints of milk. Didn't stop there, alright? I just didn't feel full, alright? I'd eat the Weetabix, feel insane, feel like this is so good, and just want more and more and more. Biscuits went from the cupboard. We had a KFC. We had, what else did I have? Guys, so much food. Flapjacks, I can't even explain. It's the biggest binge I've probably ever had, okay? And needless to say, I felt like arse after it. The only way to explain how I felt is, imagine when you wake up in the morning and you get that really, your muscle stretch feeling. That feeling is what I had all day. I couldn't stand up, I felt lethargic, I was falling asleep, and the only way I could get out of it was to have a 3-hour nap. So I had this nap, and just straight back on the diet after the nap, and I was okay. The nap sort of hid my cravings, like the sugar spiking and stuff. And guys, it was all because of sugar. Okay, so when I'm trying to explain to you as a PT about sugar, this is what it does to you, and this is how powerful of a drug. High fructose corn syrup, guys. This is just a nightmare. It's like a disease, okay? It doesn't provide the same feedback as normal sugars do to your brain, so it fully blocks your leptin. You don't have a clue what's going on. Your stomach's there, getting all this food dropped on it. Guys, I'm full, stop, and you're just going to keep going exactly like I did. See, it just kept going down and down and down. This is because you have sort of like a pleasure-based receptor in your brain that basically lights up when you have sugar. Now, this book tells you there was a study where they gave people cocaine, Class A drugs, alright, and sugar lights up this receptor like Blackpool illuminations in comparison to cocaine. So sugar is way more of an addictive drug than drugs, than actually Class A drugs. How mad is that? And this then just leads you, bit by bit, just like me, to seek out more substances that are going to give me that high, that kick, that instant kick of feeling good. Now, the worst thing that I can't even believe, and like, you know, obviously the government want to make money, this is how they do it. The government, you know what they're like, okay? But the government and people in big food companies like Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, you ready for this? They employ food engineers, engineering food to make you crave the food more, become addicted to the food, basically to make them profit, to make you come back as a customer to eat their food. How is this even allowed? How is this possible? How are they allowed to advertise, you know, such addictive foods? Okay, you've had your Coca-Cola, you've had your Spike, You want more? It's on the TV, the advertising, just shove it in your face. You know, would the government let you get cocaine on TV? Have some cocaine, have some cocaine. No, they wouldn't. It's just insane. I can't even get my head around it. Now, again, it was my cheat day, so it wasn't the end of the world. I got back onto my diet, but this book just fully opened my eyes to how powerful sugar is. And the way to combat this is, like I always tell all my clients, you need to try and stick yourself to low glycemic foods, okay? So your high glycemic are the ones that absorb by the body very fast. Stuff like this, your cereals, your Coca-Cola, your Starburst, okay? Your low glycemic dissolve very fast, very, very slow through the body, alright? And they don't cause insulin spikes. And if you're avoiding the insulin spikes, okay, you're not going to crash, you're not going to come up and down, and you'll be able to be consistent through it. So, big lesson learned for me, alright? I've learned a lot from it. I'm glad I've done it. I'm really glad I stumbled across this book. Okay, just for reference, it's called 10-Day Detox by Dr. Mark Hyman. It was £3. And it's quite good. I've not really read all of it yet, but honestly guys, sugar, swerve the sugar if you want to be consistent. So now I've got all that interesting stuff out of the way, I'm going to move on to my second point, which most of you might have seen on my Facebook is my motivation as of yesterday, not today, because I'm back on it today. But yesterday, guys, I was literally in hell, right? And I've done it before, last prep. I've got a video on my phone of me sat, just speaking to the camera, lost the plot. And yesterday I was near that stage again. That was a PT. You have to remember that I'm always the one, guys, that is pushing you. I'm always the one that's giving the motivation, giving the come on, you can do this, let's push it, let's work hard, let's pick you back up, let's go again. And as PTs, we never get that, alright? So it's a very lonely journey, and it is lonely, guys. I've only got myself to contend with in my head, keeping me to go on. Now, yesterday, you know, I put a bit of a negative status, and it's not like me, I'm never negative, you know, I don't like negative thoughts, the bad vibes. But guys, I just wanted to stop. I wanted to, you know, there's a lot of things. I wanted to enjoy the move. I want to enjoy living in my new flat and just enjoy it without feeling like ass all the time. I've got long hours in the gym, and the last thing I want to do is to stay behind, depleted on carbs, no energy, and train myself when I've been in there all day. So I really felt bad. But if I wouldn't have put that status on, I wouldn't have had the feedback, the direct messages, the comments on the status from so many people. If you were them people, thank you so much, right? You have kept me on track. And honestly, thank you, because I needed that kick up the arse. Occasionally, everyone needs to kick up the arse, and because I'm the only one giving the kick up the arse, it's good to have one up my arse myself. Alright, so what it did make me do was sort of appreciate where I'm up to now. I'm really bad, and I know a lot of people are. A lot of people in the world are never happy with how they look. They're always comparing to someone else they want to be, and that is me. I'm the worst for it. I'm never happy with how I look. You know, the day of my competition, I was furious. I was saying to myself, I'm not good enough. I'm not lean enough. I'm not this, and you know, I don't think anyone will ever be happy in the body they're in, but I'm working on that. I know everyone should be. But what it did let me do, this morning I spent a lot of time looking back through my fitness pal, looking at my diet, and looking back at pictures from my last prep. Okay, now I think one of my problems is I'm comparing myself to how I looked when I was peaking. Okay, so I'll just show you a little photo here. This was me 2 weeks out of competition, where, you know, I pretty much feel I look my best. Now what you fail to remember is I'm looking at myself now 5 weeks out, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I don't look like this. And what it did make me do was look, I thought, let's look how I looked this time. So 5 weeks out from Midlands at this stage, and I was in for a shock. Okay, so if I just show you this, if I can load it up. This is actually how I looked 5 weeks out from the Midlands Championships. And guys, that is in no comparison to how I'm looking now. Alright, I feel like I look twice as good as that, and it's reasons like this I tell you all to take photographs. You see yourself every day, you're never going to notice change, you know, and the whole aim of this is to bring a bigger, better package to the competition coming up, and that has proven today that I am on track. Yesterday, I wasn't even thinking I was anywhere near it. So, again, without them comments, you know, I would never have even thought to look back at this and actually prove to myself that I'm actually doing well. So, what I'm trying to say to you guys is keep pushing on. If you want to change yourself as a person to get to somewhere where you want to be, you have to be doing something differently to what you're used to. Otherwise, you're never going to change, ever. You've got to be something different to make this new, better you, all right? So when it's hurting, it is working. You've got to keep going. So on that note, I woke up today so much more motivated. My head's back in it. My training's reinforced. I've got my new office. I've got the world at my feet. But again, all the people that put the comments and sent me texts, all my friends, all my work colleagues, thank you. I need that. We're back on track. So, no more negative vibes from Ryan. Alright, I'm always a good vibe person. I'm always the one, always happy, always got a smiley face. So, I think this is a good vlog. We've covered the sugar and we've covered my ups and downs, but stay tuned. I get Wi-Fi in the flat tomorrow, so a lot more videos to come. I've got a lot more time on the internet then. Apart from that, stay cool. See you soon.